Shabbat Shalom. Good Shabbos to everyone. It is so good to see y'all. Hello, hello, hello. Now is a great time to find your seats and turn off any cellular devices, or really just turn off anything that is just really not serving you in this moment, except for peacemakers. Keep those on. Anything that, we'll keep the defibrillators working as well, but just maybe the iPads or stuff. I don't know.
Dr. Winton is here.
Well, it is lovely to see everyone today. I will say this has been just a wonderful, wonderful week, and such is the time of the year that things get warmer and they bring rain, and we finally notice that the seasons change, which I do appreciate. I think that helps us keep up with changes in our environment. And for Florida, that's not so easy. We have to do a lot of self-tracking, a lot of cognizance about where we are throughout the year, because the weather looks great every day, and it feels like
Rabbi,
vacation every day.
Do you know how you know when the seasons change in Florida?
People
The license plates change colors.
That's good.
Just so you know.
All right.
Okay. It was only 90? Well, that's okay. Are we ready for a nice nigun?
Yeah. Yeah.
Let's do Mizmor LaDavid, Rich. Da 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 da. Da 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 da.
Dun, 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 dun. Yep.
Da 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 da. Da 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 da. Ya. Singing, come on. Ya la ya la la ya la 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 ya 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 la 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 ya 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 la 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 ya
Are we starting? Oh, all right.
That's it.
All right, let's get moving. Dodie and Bob and their grandson Ethan, I assume that is you, young man. I can call other people young men now. I'm 36, so that just you can't do it when you're 31, but when you're 36,
Ethan, how old are you?
That's when you can say young man.
He doesn't know how old he is.
26.
20, and where do you live?
Nowhere.
Nowhere. Okay.
All right.
He's in between apartment and going to college.
Okay.
You don't always have to live somewhere.
I live with them right now.
Okay, that's
There
not
you go. You got it good.
Yeah, that's
Good life.
I'd
You're a
live
very
with
lucky
them.
guy.
I don't know if they'd let me live with them, but I would. Here's one. Okay. Here's two. And three. And four. Oh,
Tודה רבה. תודה רבה.
page 120.
Let's read together on the
Oh, I messed you all up. I don't know why I gave you all Kiddush cups. We're lighting candles.
Yeah. Well, we can work it out.
I'm so sorry.
Let's read together.
I was really excited to drink.
Of page 121. O source of life and truth, creator of the eternal law of goodness, help us to find knowledge by which to live. Lead us to take the words we speak into our hearts and our lives. Bless all who enter this sanctuary in need, all who bring the offerings of their hearts. May our worship lead us to acts of kindness, peace, and love. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam. Tav, tav, tzivanu, v'had livner, shel
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav, v'tzivanu lahadlik ner shel Shabbat.
Okay, now Kiddush.
If you would turn to page 125 and join me, not that we need it, but let's get in the mood with the last 8 lines, the bottom of 125 together.
The bottom 8 lines.
Help me to withdraw for a while from the light of time. Contain the retreat of the hours and days from the grasp of frantic life. Let me learn to pause, if only for this day. Let me find peace on this day. Let me enter into a quiet world this day. On this day, Shabbat abide. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech olam, Borei pri hagafen.
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech olam, asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav, v'ratzavanu, v'shabbat kodsho b'ahava u'vratzon, inchilanu zikaron ma'aseh v'reishit, ki hu yom techila למקראי קודש, זכר יציאת מצרים. כי בנו בחרת, ואותנו קידשת מכל העמים, ושבת קודשך באהבה וברצון הנקלתנו. ברוך אתה אדוני מקדש השבת. אמן. לחיים טובים.
L'chaim tovim. What do we think? Give me 1 second. Yep, that's exactly what I thought. So if someone is listening to this, they will go in my office and will do the thing that needs to get done. Awesome.
And there goes Scott or
you know what? It's okay. Whatever needs to get done will get done. God works in mysterious ways.
There you go.
Doesn't God? That's right. That's right.
All right, page 128, everybody, top of the page. Psalm 133. Hine matov umanayim. Hine matov umanayim, shevet achim gam yachad.
Hine matov umanayim,
shevet achim gam yachad. Hine matov, shevet achim gam yachad. Hine matov, shevet achim gam yachad. Hine matov umanayim, shevet achim gam yachad.
הנה מה טוב ומה נעים,
שבת אחים גם יחד. Going right down the page. Ma yafeh hayom. Shabbat shalom. How lovely today is. Shabbat shalom. This is my favorite time of week. Every Friday night when I get to sing these beautiful songs. Ma yafeh hayom. Shabbat shalom. Ma yafeh hayom. Shabbat shalom. Shabbat, Shabbat shalom. Shabbat, Shabbat shalom. Shabbat, Shabbat shalom. Shabbat shalom. Ma yafeh hayom. Shabbat shalom. Ma yafeh hayom. Shabbat shalom. I just have to say one thing. That Torah that Scott went and got, we had the Torahs in the rabbi's office because of all the water down here. We wanted to protect them. And that Torah that he brought back, that's our very, very special Holocaust Torah. That Torah is 250 years old. And we are one of the few congregations that I know of where we use that Torah, and we had it repaired, because you're not allowed to use a Torah unless it's kosher, unless it's in perfect shape. So we took it down to the Sofer, and that's a rabbi that writes Torahs. They have a group of rabbis, Sofer, on site in North Miami Beach, and we spent quite a bit of money, and that Torah is beautifully repaired. And if you ever want to come up and see it, I'll be glad to open it up. The writing in it is big. It's beautiful. And you can see it. So that's our special Holocaust Torah from Prague, Czechoslovakia. And we use it on the high holidays. We use it on the high holidays, and maybe once or twice a year I'll have a special kid who's having a bar mitzvah coming, and they'll ask me, can they use it? And I say, sure. So we use it, and it's in use. And other synagogues you go, it's like a museum piece. They put it in a case, and when our rabbi came here, that's what we had. When Rabbi Tufts was here, our former rabbi, Rabbi Emeritus, he had that, and he said, no, we're going to get it fixed, and we're going to use it. So that's our Holocaust Torah. So that's what's in the Ark tonight. Okay, we're going to go to the next page, page 129. 2 songs from the bottom, a beautiful melody from Baghdad, Ki Yishmera Shabbat, El Yishmereni. When I keep Shabbat, God watches over me. It is a sign forever between God and me. Ki Yishmera Shabbat, El Yishmereni. Ki Yishmera Shabbat, El Yishmereni. Oti le'ol me'ad beino u'beini. Oti le'ol me'ad beino u'beini. Ki yishmera Shabbat el yishmereni. Ki yishmera Shabbat el yishmereni. Oti le'ol me'ad beino u'beini. 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 We turn to page 131. We have several psalms we sing every week to welcome Shabbat. Tonight we have a treat. Rabbi Aaron is going to sing for us.
Uh-oh. I mean, not so much sing as just lead you in prayer.
There you go. Psalm 96.
I don't like the sound of that I'm going to sing for anybody.
Rabbi Aaron, lead us in prayer.
That is not what I got into. Page 131, Shirul Adonai. Shiru l'Adonai, shir chadash, shiru l'Adonai, kol haaretz, shiru l'Adonai, baruch shemo, basru miyom yeshuato, safru bagoim kevodo, bechol ha'amim niflotav. Ki gadol Adonai, homula meod, norahu, al kol Elohim, ki kol Elohei, ha'amim elelim, va'adonai shamayim asa, Hod hadar lefanav, Oz vetiferet b'mikdu asho, Yanai, 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 Yanai,
That was a beautiful melody by Shlomo Krabach. Okay, there we go. Let's go to page 138, Lechadodi. Aye, Rich. Verses 1, 2, 5, and 9, everybody. Beginning on page 138. Aye, Lechadodi. Aye, Likrat Kalam. Aye, Penei Shabbat. Aye, Nikabla. Shamor B'Zachor B'Dibor Echad. Ishmeanu El HaMeuchad. Adonai Echad U'Shemo Echad. L'Shemo Tiferet V'Letehila. Ay, Lechadodi. Ay, Likrat Kalam. Ay, Penei Shabbat. Ay, Nikabla. Likrat Shabbat lechu v'nelcha ki mekor habracha merosh mikem nesucha sof ma'aseh b'machshava techila. Ay, lechadodi. Ay, likrat. Ay, penei Shabbat. Ay, nikabla. Hitoreri, kiva horech kumi ori. Uri, shir daberi, kavod Adonai, alaik nigla. Ay, lechadodi. Ay, likrat kalam. Ay, penei Shabbat. Ay, nikabla. Bo we stand and rise.
Please rise.
And we face the rear of the sanctuary to welcome the Shabbat bride.
Bo we
shalom
materet bala
גם בשמחה ובצולה, תוך אמוני עם סגולה, בואי חלה, בואי חלה. איי 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 לך דודי, איי 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 לקראת כלה, איי 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 פני שבת, איי 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 לקבלה, איי 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 לך דודי, איי 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 לקראת כלה, איי 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 פני שבת, איי 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 לקבלה. Page 144, the Kaddish. Yitkadav, Yitkadash, Shemei Rabbah. Yamadi Barakirute, Yamlik Malkute, Bekayechon, Yomechon, Ukayedeko Beit Yisrael. Bagala, Bagala, Uvizmahan Karivimeru. Yehesh me Rabba Mevorach, Leolam Olam Leomaya. Yitbarach, Yitbarach, Yishtabach, Yitbar, Yitromam, Yitnasei, V'yitadar, Yitalem, Yitala, Shemei Kudesha, Rechu, Le'elam in Kol Berchata, V'shirata, Tushbechata B'nechemata Damiran Be'alma V'imru Amen. Rise for the Baruch Hu. 146. La 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 ya la 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 ya la 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 la. Ya la la ya la 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 ya la 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 ya la 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 ya la 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 ya la 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 ya la 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 ya la 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 ya la 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 la. Barechu et Adonai HaMevorach. Barechu et Adonai HaMevorach. Baruch Adonai HaMevorach le'olam va'ed. Baruch Adonai HaMevorach le'olam va'ed. Ya la ya la 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 ya la la ya la 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 ya la ya la 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 ya la 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 la.
You may be seated. I have a personal preference about sunrise or sunset, and it's just going to be sunset. And the simple answer is because I've just seen more of them in my life, and I've just enjoyed them more. I have more of a relationship with the sunset. Usually, my relationship with the sunrise is not a good one. I always think of this, and whenever I read this prayer, and I know we can't see exactly what it looks like outside, but I think, speaking of which, the weather, I think here, the visual for us is so strong. So I try to kind of imagine all these beautiful sunsets that we take in each week and kind of compile them in my head. And as I'm reading, I try to picture and use that image. Page 149, the bottom of the page. We read together, "This is an hour of change. Within it we stand uncertain on the border of light. Shall we draw back or cross over? Where shall our hearts turn? Shall we draw back, my brother, my sister, or cross over? This is the hour of change, and within it we stand quietly on the border of light. What lies before us? Shall we draw back, my brother, my sister, or cross over? Baruch atah Adonai Hama'ariv Aravim. Page 150. Let's do that in the English this evening. At the bottom of the page. Everlasting love you offered your people Israel by teaching us Torah and mitzvot, laws and precepts. Therefore, Adonai, our God, when we lie down and when we rise up, we will meditate on your laws and your commandments. We will rejoice in your Torah forever. Day and night we will reflect on them, for they are our life, and doing them lengthens our days. Never remove your love from us. Praise to you, Adonai, who loves your people Israel. Baruch atah Adonai Ohev Amo Yisrael. Page 152. We rise for the Shema.
Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad. 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 Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuto Leolam Va'ed. Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuto Leolam Va'ed.
You may be seated. Page 154. We chant together. Ve'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha bechol levavcha ubechol nafshecha ubechol meodecha ve'hayu hadvarim ha'ele asher anochi metzavecha hayom al levavecha ve'shinantam levanecha ve'dibartam ba'am ve'shivtecha b'veitecha uvlechtecha v'aderech uveshochbecha uvekumecha וקשרתם נאות על ידיך, והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך, וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובשעריך, למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותיי, והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם. אני אדוני אלוהיכם, אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים, להיות לכם אלוהים. אני אדוני אלוהיכם, אדוני אלוהיכם אמת. Page 158.
Mi chamocha.
Our prayer for, wait, just really quickly. Because before we start singing, our prayer for freedom. Our prayer, and I think it is so beautiful and is so different. I think that freedom is different. It is different in the places that we go. And I want you all to think very, very consciously about the freedoms that you have inside this building, perhaps, and the freedoms that you have in the back lawn. And the freedoms you have 80 miles away in the middle of the Everglades. And these are different freedoms. They're different pieces, they're different layers of the puzzle that we live, that is our life. Right? And as we just contemplate the notion of freedom, we are thankful and blessed that we have these places that we can go and these different outlets to be ourselves, and certainly to be Jewish, right? Here is the freedom to be proud, to sing, right? And we know that that freedom is not granted everywhere, but here tonight, and especially at Bethel, right? And I am, as we live in, it's called the Atlantic Shores. Is that correct? Is that this neighborhood? Nice. No, it's not. You're shaking your head. No, it's not Atlantic Shores. No, just this neighborhood.
It's just Hollywood.
Okay.
Bordering on Hallandale.
Hollywood. Okay. Well, we can be Jewish anywhere, really, in Florida, hopefully, as long as we continue to support one another and do what needs to be done to fight anti-Semitism, and right, that goes hand in hand. Page 158, Micha Mocha.
You could even be Jewish in Yahoo Junction. Right? You seen Yahoo Junction?
Yahoo Junction.
Yeah. Okay.
I know. Oh, isn't that? I know where that. That's like out near Alligator. Yeah, it's way out there.
Micha mocha ba'elim Adonai, Micha mocha nedar b'kodesh, Nora tehilot osei feleh, Nora tehilot osei feleh. Malkutecha ra'u v'anecha, Pokea yam lifnei Moshe u'Miriam, Ze Elianu ve'amru, Ze Elianu ve'amru, Adonai yimloch le'olam va'ed, Adonai yimloch le'olam va'ed. Micha mocha ba'elim Adonai, Micha mocha nedar b'kodesh, Nora tehilot osei feleh, Nora tehilot osei feleh.
Page 160 at the bottom of the page. We say these words and we mean them. Grant, O God, that we lie down in peace, and raise us up, our guardian, to life renewed. Spread over us the shelter of your peace. Guide us with your good counsel. For your name's sake, be our help. Shield and shelter us beneath the shadow of your wings. Defend us against enemies, illness, war, famine, and sorrow. Distance us from wrongdoing. For you, God, watch over us and deliver us. For you, God, are gracious and merciful. Guard our going and to coming to life and to peace evermore. Blessed are you, Adonai, guardian of Israel, whose shelter of peace is spread over us, over all your people Israel, and over Jerusalem. Baruch atah Adonai, haporei sukkah shalom aleinu v'alekol amo Yisrael v'al Yerushalayim. Before we move on, just really quickly, I will just note that one line. It says, "Distance us from wrongdoing." Okay, just keep that in the back of your mind. That's it. That just will be your cue for what I'm about to talk about in just in a moment. Just to get your mind buzzing, percolating about thoughts.
Okay.
That's
all right.
it.
Bishamru.
We have a Dallas here tonight. What's
Dallas
up, man?
is here.
What's up? Dallas.
You're great.
Every week you win the award for quickest to the bima.
He is quick.
Including myself and Cantor. You definitely are way faster than the two of us. And what's up?
Two of you combined.
The two of us combined, yeah, you're probably quicker than the two of us combined. As you know, I think we started 5 minutes late tonight, so we don't move very quickly. And you, my friend, you are the opposite.
You're fast.
All right? Show them how it's done. You ready? All right.
Here we go, Bishamru. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. ויהיו בני ישראל אותי לעולם, אותי לעולם, אותי לעולם. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. כי ששת ימים עשה אדוני את השמיים
the heaven
ואת הארץ
below.
ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. וביום השביעי שבת ויהי נפש.
God rested.
שבת ויהי
God rest
נפש.
sometime.
שבת ויהי נפש. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. Thank you, Dallas.
Nice. It's like a... I don't know why that tune sounds like a ship that's just crashing into waves. Da-dun, da-dun. What's
Lone
up?
Rangers before the rabbi's time. Did you ever hear the Lone Ranger?
No.
See? Never heard of the Lone Ranger. Lone Ranger
No, I
was
wasn't.
a famous...
No,
famous
I wasn't. I was referring to the Vishamru prayer.
No, but that music that Richie just played.
Oh. I know.
The Lone Ranger.
I know. Okay.
Okay.
All right. I know the Lone Ranger was an important action figure in, I think, the 50s. Am I right?
They're getting a big kick out of it down here.
Am I?
You're
They
right.
did it. They
You're
did
absolutely
it.
right.
Okay, they did a remake. I think they did it with Johnny Depp not too long ago, in like 2000, maybe 10. It flopped, completely flopped. But I didn't know who and what the Lone Ranger was. With the sidekick and Tonto. Yeah.
Hi-ho, Silver.
All right. Yeah. That sounds like a completely politically correct combination there.
Okay.
Good old. Yep.
All right.
Yep. Cowboys and Indians, but they work together. I like it. It's different. Page 164, as we begin our Amidah, let's begin Yainanai. We'll Yainanai for a little bit.
Adonai, open up my lips and my mouth may declare your praise. We all stand.
Wait, just really, really quick. There are a few, please rise, and while we rise, I'll tell you a quick anecdote. Not really anecdote, but just something, there are a few points in our Siddur that we ask God, right? That we ask God that we can be vessels, that we can, right? Please pray. And I think that's so important that as we kind of sit here, as we begin praying, right, there's a little contingency that we may not have all the right words, that everything may not be so correct, right? That here, I like that we begin this honorable prayer with a petition, right? That we ask God that our lips, that our bodies, that our whole being, right? That it serve and let it do what it needs to do with prayer. And I think that's so wonderful that we kind of like ask God before we pray can we just, can you help us a little bit get there? And I think that's so wonderful because sometimes we need that vehicle just a little bit. Page 164, Amida.
Adonai. Sfatai tiftach. Ufi yagid tehilatecha. 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 Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu Elohei Avotenu Mimotenu Elohei Abraham Elohei Yitzchak Elohei Yaakov Elohei Sarah Elohei Rivka Elohei Rachel Elohei Leah Ha'el HaGadol HaGibor VaHanora El Elyon Gomel Chasadim Tovim Vekonei HaKol V'zoker chazdei avot v'imahot u'mevi geula livnei v'neihem l'ma'an shemo v'yahava melech ozer u'moshiach u'magen Baruch atah Adonai magen Avraham v'ezrat Sarah atah gibor le'olam Adonai mekayem metim atah rav lehoshia Morid hatal, mekakel chayim bechesed, mechayei meitim berachamim rabim, somech noflim verofech cholim, umatir asurim, umekayem emunato lishenei afar, michamocha ba'agevurot, umidom elach, melech memit umechaye, umatzmiach Yeshua, v'ne'emanat ha'kayot etzim, Baruch atah Adonai, mechaye ha'metzim. You are holy, your name is holy, and those who are holy praise you every day. Blessed are you, Adonai, the holy God. Baruch atah Adonai, ha'el hakadosh.
You may be seated. I don't know why, but I love this one. Again, I like petitionary prayers. I find them most helpful. The top of page 173 in the English. May these hours of rest and renewal open our hearts to joy and our minds to truth. May all who struggle find rest on this day. May all who suffer find solace. May all who hurt find healing on this day. May all who despair find purpose. May all who hunger find fulfillment on this day. And may this day fulfill its promise. Baruch atah Adonai Mekadesh HaShabbat. That's so powerful. It's the most powerful thing I read every single week. May this day fulfill its promise. It's a lot. It's a lot for a day to fulfill, and it's a lot for us. Page 177, the top of the page. God of goodness, we give thanks for the gift of life, wonder beyond words, for the awareness of soul, our light within, for the world around us so filled with beauty, for the richness of the earth which day by day sustains us. For all these and more we offer thanks. Baruch atah Adonai hatov shimcha uchana'e lehodot. Top of page 179. In the English, we read together. Grant us peace, your most precious gift, O eternal source of peace, and give us the will to proclaim its message to all the peoples of the earth. Bless our country as a safeguard of peace, its advocate amongst the nations. May contentment reign within our borders, health and happiness within our homes. Strengthen the bonds of friendship and fellowship among all the inhabitants of every land. Plant virtue in every soul. May the love of your name hallow every home and every heart. Praised are you, Eternal One, who blesses our people with peace. Baruch atah Adonai, hamvarech et amo Yisrael ba shalom. Our prayer for peace, 178.
Shalom Rabbi Yisrael Amka Tasim Le'olam Tasim Le'olam Ki Atahu Malakadon Leka HaShalom Ki atahu melakadon lekol hashalom v'tov be'einecha levarek et amcha Yisrael b'kol eit u'b'kol sha'ah b'shlomecha. Shalom Rabbi Yisrael Amka Tasim Le'olam Tasim Le'olam Ki atahu melakadon Lekol hashalom, lekol hashalom, lekol hashalom.
Shabbat Shalom. Hi, everybody. Hello, hello, hello. I'm going to just scoot. Oh, going to watch that. All right. I do love this. I really, it's lovely. So this week we come across what I think is a custom that you know of, but it's just an odd parsha altogether. It's Acharei Mot. It's Parshat Acharei Mot. And in this Parsha, we find ourselves in the passage concerning Yom Kippur, the day of expiation. And now I want to talk about this idea for just a moment, this idea of expiation, sin, guilt. We're really not liking it be on us, so much so that we actually pray. Right? Do you remember what I asked you? What was that line earlier? What did it say? Defend us against enemies, wilderness, right? What did anyone? Keep us from wrongdoing. Keep us from wrongdoing. We ask God, we say, keep us from wrongdoing. Why do we want to be kept away from wrongdoing, because when you do wrong, you incur guilt. And I can tell you, there is nothing more corrosive other than Coca-Cola itself, other than guilt, all right? Coca-Cola will peel away, metal, and guilt will do far worse to the stomach, to the body. It's poisonous. Guilt is. Because guilt, well, it's just unresolved stuff. And the whole point of why we're asking God to keep it away from us is because the more we have it on us, the more we want to get rid of it. We do everything we can to get rid of it. We go so far as to try as hard as we can to be good people. Why? Well, I think part of us wants to be able to go home and just look ourselves in the mirror and know that I didn't take on any guilt today. I didn't do anything wrong today. No one yelled at me today. It wasn't anyone's fault today. And I think that there's a lot to be said about that. And so when it comes down to Yom Kippur, well, back in the day, it was a very odd position. Because there was this goat. Well, kind of. It wasn't a goat that stuck around for long. This goat's name was Azazel. All right, so in this day of Yom Kippur, what are we intended to do? The Israelite people, according to Acharei Mot, are to take 2 goats. 1 goat. Neither goats are lucky, by the way. Let me just tell you right now. Right? Don't think that 1 goat is getting away with anything. You know the whole concept scapegoat? Well, this is it. Day of Yom Kippur. 1 goat goes up, and as a cult sacrifice do, we sacrifice. The other goat has a very special purpose. Azazel has a very special purpose. What we do is we form, it's kind of like a goat parade, okay? It's a parade. Because this goat is going to have a very special purpose. This goat is going to take all of our sins for us. And so what we do is we as the village, right, we gather in Jerusalem, and Azazel, this little goat, as it says in the Mishnah, we say, "Here, goat, I have some water, I have some food." And we place our hands on the goat, and we stick our sins in there, all right? And this goat would travel throughout Jerusalem, taking on all of this guilt. And then we send the goat into the wilderness. Except we don't send the goat exactly into the wilderness. We actually take the goat and we shove it off a cliff. Okay, let me take that one more time. We have a goat. We put our sins in it. Okay? And then we go, shove it off. And that's it. And that's it. Isn't that bizarre? I found it quite bizarre. And I think it's bizarre just generally. But I think there's a good reason for it being so bizarre. Is that guilt and sin and taking on sin, well, it's toxic. And the only thing that we can do is to find a way to get rid of it. That guilt is so corrosive that even people 3,000 years ago said to themselves, how can we expunge ourselves of the psychological torment that I am putting myself through in the year and the actions and the behaviors I have performed? The same thing we do, it's the same thing they did. And in their world, they took the goat and they shoved it off a cliff. And I think the reason for doing so is because drastic measures sometimes are ways that we feel that we can fix things. That removing sin and tearing it up, in fact, kind of completely obliterating it, is a way that we deal with what we need to deal with. I don't think that's what we should do. I think our Yom Kippur looks very, very different.
But we have these rituals in Judaism that are meant for us to help us get rid of the stuff that keeps us down. And I think that is one of those beautiful things about Judaism. As you approach, and we are approaching our Yom Kippur, I would like to suggest to you now, as we find ourselves in Acharei Mot, this parsha about Yom Kippur, and ridding ourselves of sin, ridding ourselves of wrongdoing and guilt, that this year, just start thinking ahead, right? Instead of maybe the frantic goat model, all right, maybe do some of that expunging ahead of time. And so that when the time comes, as we find ourselves in Yom Kippur, right, we have these measures and we have these ideas that we can move on and process. I want to say that Judaism really is a religion of love. And some of these things we don't do anymore, thank God. And we find better alternatives for them. And so this is your homework, is, I'm sure, to find a better alternative than sticking your sins and iniquity in a goat. Rather, give it away in the world. Don't keep it in you. Let the negativity out and find a way to, as the rabbis would, simply let it go. Shabbat Shalom. We find now ourselves, birthdays. A happy birthday to Jackie Goodman, to Walter Dorfman, to Barbara Schultz, to Rabbi Alan Tufts and David Mankus, and happy anniversary to Marcy and Ron Kaplan. That's lovely. Page 371 is where you can find our prayer for healing.
Okay, so let's go around the room. Whoever needs to say a prayer, say the name out loud. Okay. Yeah, Don in the back. Okay. Rudy, yeah. Wow, okay. Okay, great.
And also Daniel Ballone and Brenda Osteen and Linda Conslin.
Okay, we're on page 371, everybody, in the middle of the page.
Hold on. Yes, sir. Do you have a name? What's that?
Here's a name.
Because of
We can't.
Independence Israel Day and Chag Sukkot, I want to give to our Cantor. It's so long here.
That's awesome.
And so much, but because he refused to take it, we the people, when I say the people, him and me, we decided to give it to somebody here.
Okay.
Wow.
I heard some rumors in here that this Bet El they want it, and this is going for Bet El.
Okay. Well, we can't take money on. Maybe we. I don't know. Give it to someone who's not me. How about that? That's a great idea. Just
you have to give it in the office.
Just give it to. Give it to Sharon. She's back there. That's a great person. Sharon. Yes. Sharon. She's back there. Sharon's the president. She knows what to do with things.
Rudy says, "Give it to me."
Mazal Tov.
Moshe, you are a beautiful man. Thank you.
Thank you, Moshe.
Thank you, Toda Rabba. All right, middle of the page, Misha Berach. Misha Berach, Avotenu, Mekor HaBracham, Leimotenu. May the source of strength, who bless the ones before us, help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say Amen. Misha Beirach Imot Avotenu Mekor HaBracha Lavotenu. Bless those in need of healing with refuah shlema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say, Amen. Before we rise for the Aleinu, let's turn to page 570. We have to count the Omer. These are the days we count between Passover and Shavuot. So everybody turn to page 570, please. Hineni mukhan u'mezuman l'kayem mitzvat aseh shel sfirat ha'omer. I am ready to fulfill the mitzvah of counting the Omer. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu al sfirat ha'omer. A praise to you, Adonai, our God, sovereign of all, who hallows us with mitzvot, commanding us to count the Omer. Hayom shlosha ve'esrim yom shehem shlosha shvoot u'shnei yamim ba'omer. Today is the 23rd day of the Omer, and that is 23rd day is 3 weeks and 2 days. All right?
Page 586.
We rise for the Aleinu. Open the ark. Aleinu l'shabeach l'adon hakol, l'atei gedula liotzer breshit, shelo asanu k'ui haratzot, velo samanu k'mishpachot adamam, shelo samchakenu kahem, v'gor aleinu kechol hamonam, ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא ונאמר אדוני למלך כל הארץ ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד ושמו אחד.
We remain standing. We turn now to page 598 for our mourner's Kaddish. We remember and honor those in Shloshim, Jason Hesh, Phyllis Handler, and Shelley Spivak, as well as the 6 million who perished in the Holocaust. We also call to heart and mind those of our community members who are no longer here with us. Irma Abravanel, Henry Edelman, Sadie Bilski, Marvin Cohen, Gwen Dominic, Irving Foreman, Arnold Friedman, Jack Glazer, Alan Goldberg, Michael Goldstein, Bell Green, Gerald. It's because you're here. I apologize. Gerard Gunsberger, Harry Hart, Thomas Haskin, Nancy Lehman, Bella Mainster, Polly Mutnick, Jerome Nagelbush, Regina Nicholson, Samuel Peters, Irene Pohl, Samuel Pure, Albert Raffield, Mildred Ross, Nathan Ross, Sarah Ross, Hyman Saber, Dorothy Sam, Isaac Salinger, Louis Sapperstone, Lucille Schuckman, Pauline Siegel, Jacob Silbert, Sarah Spirits, Seymour Stranton, Annie Sternberger, Gussie Underndorfer, Herman Winton, and Rose Wolf. If there are names you'd like to add to this list, please feel free to do so as my eyes meet yours. And we'll just work our way in the back. Don, Sharon, anybody? Okay. Bob. Anyone, Cantor? No. Okay. Yitkadal v'yitkadash Shemei Rabba, Be'alma divrach Chirotei v'yamlich malchutei, B'chaychon v'yomechon, B'chayid b'chol Beit Yisrael, Ma'agalav v'zman kari v'yimru Amen. Yehei Shmei Rabba mevarach le'olam ulmei almaya. Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitraman v'yitnaseh, v'yitadar v'yitaleh v'yitalal Shemei dekudesha b'rechu, le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata, tushbechata v'nechamata, damiran ve'alma v'yimru Amen. Yehei shlama rabba min shemaya, v'chayim alenu ve'al kol Yisrael v'yimru Amen. Osei shalom v'yimromav, Hu ya'aseh shalom alenu ve'al kol Yisrael v'yimru Amen. Zichronam livracha, may all of their memories be for a blessing. You may be seated. What?
How are you going to get up here?
Oh. Do you want us to bring you one? No, it's okay. All right. We can make that happen.
Thank you.
Sharon,
Okay.
you're good. You all right? Good, good. There you go.
Thank you. Shabbat Shalom, everyone.
Shabbat shalom.
It's really good to be here with you tonight and to make it up to the Bima. Thank you to Rabbi and to Cantor and to Richie for the beautiful service, and to David, who's upstairs running the cameras, and we're back here again in the sanctuary and they're working. I did want to mention that before it was the Lone Ranger, it was actually Rossini's William Tell Overture. The Bima Flowers and the Oneg are sponsored tonight by Suzanne Gunsberger in memory of her husband, Jerry Gunsberger. Thank you, Suzanne. Thank you, Judy. And those of us who knew Jerry, love Jerry. And I owe an awful lot to him. My standing here tonight really is thanks to Jerry and to Dodie. So thank you. And thank you, Dodie and Bob and Ethan, for blessing the candles and doing Kiddush tonight as you're getting ready to head back north. This is where we say Lehiatrot to them until next year, next season. Tomorrow morning we have Torah study at 9:30, followed by Shabbat morning service on Zoom. Tomorrow evening at 7, we have our big party, our bash, celebrating Israel's 75th birthday and honoring our JLC director, Barbara Bell Siegel, on her chai. Whether you're coming to the party or not, there's still time to support the event and our temple by adding a photo or a message to Barb's bash book, her memory book. You can call Jackie for the prices and for further information. The deadline is next Friday, May 5th. Sunday, JLC is going to be at a special time from 11 until 1 to celebrate Yom HaAtzmaut and also to celebrate Miss Barb. Monday, May 1st, different than the usual Wednesday night, Brotherhood is meeting for their meeting and for dinner at 6:30, followed by their friendly monthly poker game at 7:30. Wednesday at 6, we will have Cantor's class on Zoom. Thursday at 9, we will have morning minyan. Next Friday at 7, we'll be back here again for services. And then looking ahead, a week from Sunday, May 7th, we have our Lag BaOmer celebration. There'll be food and activities for everyone, and it'll be starting at 11 a.m. Saturday, May 13th, will be our last Shabbat stock of the season, starting with Parent and Me Yoga at 9:30, and then our rocking service with Jewgrass Revival starting at 10. And it's only just about an hour or so. You come out, you get your Saturday and your Shabbat off to a great start. Sunday, a week from this Sunday, May 14th. No, a week from, it's in 2 weeks. May 14th, 10:30 a.m., Brotherhood's Mother's Day Brunch. Everyone is welcome, members and non-members, all ages. The link to the prices and the reservation form are in Trending, or you can call Jackie. The deadline to RSVP for that is also next week, May 5th.
Please read your trending emails. Call Jackie if you're not getting them. Hamotzi is going to be over there. The Oneg tonight is in the Rotunda. And the gift shop will be open. Shabbat Shalom, everyone, and thank you.
Shabbat Shalom. I was told not to ask about the final song, so I won't.
Okay. I just want to say thank you to Suzanne and the Gunsberger family for sponsoring the music tonight. As Sharon said, those of us who knew Jerry Gunsberger, and a lot of us here tonight knew him. Sorry you didn't know him, Rabbi. What a special man. He was very unique, very, very unique, and his life story was something. And a few years ago, he spoke to our Sunday school kids on a Sunday morning and told them his story, how his family fled Germany. He was from Germany, and he was in France, and they were keeping one step ahead of the Nazis all the time. Then he made it to Colombia, and he had a whole story about that. And then he made it to America. And Jerry was something. He was a very unusual man with a big heart, and he had a great wit. And he was just a very special man. So I couldn't expect for him to have a favorite song. So tonight, I'm going to sing Jerry's favorite song. Probably going to make history. This is probably the only synagogue where the final hymn will be Danny Boy. We're going to sing Danny Boy. I'm going to tell you a little bit about this song. I was researching it this week. All right? Danny Boy is a beloved Irish ballad with an unusual history. It was actually written by a British lawyer, Frederick Edward Weatherly, who wrote over 1,500 songs. Weatherly wrote the words in 1910, but he didn't put the music to it until several years later, when his Irish sister-in-law sent him the music to a folk tune she'd heard, hoping he could write a lyric for it. Not realizing that over 90 lyricists had already taken a crack at matching words to this haunting melody, Weatherly decided that his Danny Boy, that he would put the words to this music, and the words his words fit the music perfectly. Soon Danny Boy became beloved around the world, and its lament about the finality of death and the greater power of love has spoken to people of all nationalities and faiths. So this is a beautiful, beautiful song, and I hope you like it. Oh, Danny Boy, the pipes are calling from glen to glen and down the mountainside. The summer's gone and all the roses falling. It's you must go and I must bide. But come ye back when summer's in the meadow, or when the valley's touched and white with snow. I'll be here in sunshine or in shadow. Oh, Danny Boy, I love you so. But when ye come and all the flowers are dying, if I am dead, as dead I well may be, you'll come and find the place where I am lying, and stand and say a prayer there for me. And I shall hear, though soft you tread above me, and all my grave will warmer, sweeter be. For you will bend and tell me that you love me, and I shall sleep in peace until you come to me. That's for our beloved Jerry Gunsberger. Okay?
It feels so weird following that up with Hamotzi. I don't. That's it. That's the end. We can't. We've already done the concert. We've already,
Well,
could sit here all night.
Well, how about tomorrow night?
All right.
Let's talk about tomorrow night.
How about tomorrow night? I'll see you there.
Gotta be there. We give thanks to God for bread. Our voices rise in song together as our joyful prayer is said. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam hamotzi lechem min haaretz. Amen.
Shabbat shalom.
Shabbat shalom, everybody. I'm going to have a piece. Beautiful, Rich.
piece of challah?